So there were two sources of inspiration for my most recent blog post on Spin Sucks. The first is a conversation we had among the team in which one member of the team, and I don't want to name names, was sort of complaining about some unwanted attention that comes in various formats, including LinkedIn, which, I'm sorry, is not a dating platform. I don't care what anybody says. That said, we started talking about it and then we all started telling stories and we realized we all have stories. We all know people who either got unwanted attention or desired attention from people through social media. We know about relationships that broke up. We know about people who met people on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, even their stories. I mean, Facebook is actually named in a really high percentage of divorce proceedings now in this country because people are using Facebook and they're having inappropriate relationships or spending too much time and attention on certain people on Facebook. I mean, that's one of the things that's really kind of appealing about social media. I mean, don't get me wrong, nobody likes stalkers. That was actually a big problem that LinkedIn was having for a while, was that there was no way to block anybody. And they've fixed that now. But one of the things that we like about social media is how kind of unexpected it can be. How you never know what people are going to say. You never know what kind of inappropriate jokes somebody's going to make or what sort of crazy thing your Aunt Selma's going to say. I mean, that's kind of what makes social media fun. So I had this conversation in the back of my head later on in the week when I saw this article that PC World did, and it was all about what a hard time companies are having getting their employees to use enterprise social software. So they buy this software that's specifically for their company. They want employees to use it to talk to people, to collaborate, to interact. But you're competing with existing social networks when you ask your employees to use something like this. And they're not as much fun. You don't have the unexpected factor, right? If your boss is for sure going to be reading everything you post because it's on a social network, you're not going to make any fun or unexpected jokes. And there's definitely not going to be anybody that you're going to approach to date there. So these social networks, these enterprise social networks, a lot of these companies thought that they were just going to take off, that they were going to be able to implement them and it would grow as fast as Facebook, or it would grow like Pinterest, or it would grow like Instagram. And that's pretty unrealistic, right? You have to think about these enterprise social networks if you're going to be promoting them, which it turns out there are a lot of predictions in that PC World article linked to a couple different sources saying that spending is going to increase on these networks. So there's a very good chance that communicators like us are going to have to figure out how to sell these to the public at, the publics that are going to be using them, the people who work at these different companies. And if we're going to do that, we need to think about a different way to sell them. We need to think about specific benefits, and we can't try to think of it as another Facebook because it's definitely not going to be, partly because it's just not going to be as much fun. So if you've worked with these enterprise social networks, I'd love to hear your thoughts on them. I'd love to hear how you help sell those to the public at the community or at the business that's going to be using them. So go ahead and head over to the blog and share your thoughts. Talk to you soon.